What's up, YouTube? It's the Action Figure Grader coming back to you with another video. Welcome back to the channel. Before I begin, let me say thank you to my Patreon supporters. I really appreciate all of your support. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe for future content. As I've mentioned in the past, I really enjoy making videos like I've put out recently, like character profiles and a kind of discussion on the market and politics and how it revolves around Disney's running of the Star Wars brand. I prefer those kind of videos more than I prefer videos that are basically just look at my cool stuff. But that's what this video is. This is going to be a look at my graded, packaged, and mint on card Yoda items. I received a number of these back from Collector Archive Services a few weeks ago, and I just have now gotten around to putting together a video, and I thought we would take a closer look at them. Interspersed throughout this video, I did put together a checklist of sorts of different US and foreign card backs for Yoda. And so we're going to go through those kind of as we go through these items. It's not a complete list. It's almost impossible to put together a complete list of all of the different vintage, Kenner, and foreign card back releases for Yoda. I just have not found a good enough resource out there. But I did put together a picture guide, and it's interspersed throughout this video. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm going to start with the big boy first. This is a Yoda Hand Puppet. It's really, really awesome. It's somewhat gigantic, but I want to take a closer look at this out of the poly bag now that he is back from the graders. And there's a lot of glare, and I'm sorry, I'm doing my best to get this thing to focus for you, but it's got a couple of minor spots of wear on the packaging. But in general, these are very, very difficult to find in great condition. And it's got a couple creases, as you can see, but the window is fully attached. If I can get it to stay focused. There we go. But this is a Yoda Hand Puppet. This came out in, we'll go ahead and take a look at the label, in 1980. Kenner Star Wars Yoda Hand Puppet. So kids could put this on their hand. And we'll take a look at the box art here shortly, but this came back with a box of 80, a window of 85, and the figure of 85 for an overall 80 plus. Probably a little high on the score, probably a little high for the box, but I'm very, very happy with the score. It actually looks a lot more mint than I'm giving it credit for. When I got this, I was really impressed with how great a condition it's in. I mean, this box art is amazing. Yoda Hand Puppet. And you can see it's in there. Now, one thing to keep in mind if you're looking for one of these, there is a little kind of twisty tie that goes around Yoda's neck. And oftentimes you'll see that twisty tie missing or broken off. So keep that in mind that for a mint and sealed box, if that twisty tie is not on there, the Yoda can bounce around inside the box and eventually cause damage to the window. And this window is pretty fragile. So let's take a look at the different sides of it. It's just got such awesome art on it. Look how beautiful that looks. Yoda Hand Puppet. And then here's the back. The back is really great. Pretend you are Yoda guiding your friends in the way of the Jedi Knights. Lightsaber not included, but we got some kids in some classic late 70s, early 80s decor. And he's got Yoda there as a hand puppet. You can see all the different animations that he can do while he's on your hand. You can make Yoda come to life by moving him in various positions. And then here's the other side, the classic card art for the 32 back B, which we're going to go over in a second. But this is just an awesome item, and I got a great deal on it. It was listed by a Canadian seller on eBay, and he had a number of different mint and sealed box kind of packaged items, and I was having a hard time deciding which one to get. He had some mini rigs, he had some die casts, he had all kinds of great stuff. But I ended up getting this one, and it was a really great deal. I want to say it was $130 to $150 shipped. And after grading, I've got maybe $200 in it. So it was just a great deal relative. I think an AFA 85 example of this Yoda Hand Puppet sold on Facebook, not eBay, but on Facebook for like $700 or $800. So I felt very, very comfortable getting this, getting it graded, getting the grade that it received. And I've spent maybe $200 total. So it was just an awesome item. And it really goes well with the 3 mint on card examples that I have. So that is the Yoda Puppet. Next, let's take a look at this one. This is the original debut card in the US, unpunched, a 32 back B Yoda. Now, the unfortunate thing, as you guys saw when I unboxed it in the big unboxing video I did a few weeks back, the footer did come up from underneath Yoda while in shipping back to me. It did not happen at the graders. It did not happen on the way to the graders. It happened on the way back from the graders. I've played with it a little bit, but at the end of the day, I've decided that given the fragility of these blisters and how old this thing is, I mean, this is 40 years old, so I just didn't feel comfortable shaking it around too much. But this is the Cherry Eyes Yoda, and oftentimes you can take a look down here and see inside the cape to see if it has the Made in Hong Kong tag. He's wrapped up in there pretty good, so I could not see if there's a tag in there or not. But my guess is that this one probably does not have the Made in Hong Kong tag. But you can see his eyes there. These are the cherry-colored eyes. One of many, many different variations of Yoda that were available. This one came with the orange snake and has the light green skin. But this is the debut card. And here is the label on this one, 32 back B. The card got an 80, the blister 85, and the figure 85 for an overall 80. And that's about the right score for this. But a really nice example. Now, I bought this one last fall. Here's the back of it. You can see Yoda up there in the corner. That's the difference between the 32 and the 31 backs. But I bought this last fall prior to Yoda's really taking off in value. You can see the Hoth Ice Planet Adventure playset. That's a rare piece. It's got the Death Star there, Death Star playset. But I got this last fall before prices really shot up, and I want to say all in, I probably paid about $350 for this Yoda ungraded, and good luck getting that nowadays. It's probably doubled in price since last fall. So I guess the Mandalorian and Baby Yoda and Grogu have probably driven up prices a little bit, combined with everything else that's going on out there with vintage Star Wars prices. But I'm glad I picked it up when I did. I picked up all three of these examples last fall before prices really skyrocketed for Yodas. But this is the 32 back B original release. There are millions of the. Apparently, I read somewhere that there are millions of these 32 back Bs released. Kenner expected Yoda to be very, very popular among kids back in the 80s, and so they produced a ton of them. So it's not very difficult to find a 32 back B Yoda. Probably one of the more cheap options nowadays, really, despite being an Empire Strikes Back card. But let's cut here and take a look at all of the other, not all, but most of the other U.S. and foreign releases for the Empire Strikes Back cardback. Here are just a few of the other U.S. Empire Strikes Back cardback releases for Yoda. This is not meant to be 100% complete, but just gives you an idea of some of the other options that are out there. Going left to right, we have the offerless 41 back, which I believe is the first time that Yoda was packed with the brown snake and the darker green skin. There is also the 41 back with the survival kit offer, the 45 back with the display arena offer, the 47 back with the free 4-LOM offer, and the 48 back with the Revenge of the Jedi sticker and the Admiral Akbar offer. Three of the most recognizable foreign Empire Strikes Back releases for Yoda include the Palitoy, the Kenner Canada, and the very rare square card French Miro Meccano. Now let's move on to my Return of the Jedi carded figures for Yoda. And interestingly, I don't have any US cardback releases. I only have two that are actually foreign cardback releases. One of these you've already seen before. This is one I purchased from Dustin B., a good buddy of mine. Thank you again, Dustin, for the smooth transaction. This is an unpunched Yoda. It does have a yellow blister, but you can see the dark green skin there with the black eyes and the brown snake. And this is the Sakura sticker version, the 65 back B Sakura. It came back with a yellowed 80 overall, but a really nice example. And we've looked at this before on the channel, but really quickly, I thought I'd show it to you again. Here is the import sticker, the Sakura import sticker with the Japanese writing on the back. But this is one of the tougher to find Sakura sticker 65 back Bs out there. And price-wise, I think if this was a cleared blister, I probably would have had to pay double. I've seen some lower graded examples with the clear blister sell for, close to double what I paid for this one. So I'm glad I got this one when I did, but a really nice example. But, technically this is a foreign cardback. And then finally, this is the Tri-Logo Palitoy version of Yoda. I'm sure there are other examples. There's a French Meccano blister style, but this is a standard 70 back B Tri-Logo. And I had Collector Archive add the blister support, so it keeps that blister on the card. Again, it's got the same look to the Yoda with the darker green skin and the black eyes, brown snake, but I did add the blister support. Now, somebody did ask me, does the blister support actually touch the blister? And I don't think it does. It's really just designed. Let's see if we can get a better angle there. It's really just designed to keep the blister attached to the card back, and it keeps it really nice and snug on there. And I wanted to do it with this one because this is not a cheap item. I want to say thank you again to Lars over in Germany for the very smooth transaction. And this was not cheap, but I wanted to get him last fall, and I'm glad I did. This one graded an 80, 70 back B tri-logo palitoy. The card got an 85, the blister got an 80, the figure an 85 for an overall 80. And this is the right score for it because the blister, which is common for these tri-logos, it's got a couple of dings and dents on it, but not too bad. But these palitoy tri-logos are just really tough to find in high grade. But this is very, very satisfactory for me, and I'm very happy I got it. Here's the back of the card, very standard, 70 back B. And I'd love to get a US card back with a clear blister, Return of the Jedi, but those have just, it's crazy what the prices have done. One other quick note is that this one does have the alternate picture. So you can see the alternate picture for Yoda versus the 32 back B. The Sakura has the same original picture, but the tri-logos featured a more vibrant, colorful alternate picture for the Yoda. So you can see how those two compare. But I'd love to get an alternate picture Return of the Jedi clear blister, but they've just gotten so expensive. But maybe one day I'll get one. So we're going to cut right here and take a quick look at the US and foreign card backs for the Return of the Jedi line with Yoda. Some of the notable US card releases for Yoda are shown here. Again, going from left to right, there is the 48 back Return of the Jedi with the knee and numb offer. The 65 back moved over to the alternate picture, and the one shown here has the Emperor mail away offer in the lower right corner. There is obviously also a 77 back and several variations, including the Anakin offer. One of the most expensive Yoda card backs is the Power of the Force version shown on the far right, which can go for several $1,000s. Finally, here are some foreign Return of the Jedi card backs, all of which are very expensive. Going left to right, we have the Spanish PBP with the free figure sticker, the insanely rare Argentinian Top Toys, the European Clipper offer sticker, and then finally the Made in Mexico Lily Letty. The Lily Letty shown here is the later Regresso cardback, but there is also an earlier Returno cardback that is even more rare. I hope that you enjoyed taking a look at all of these packaged and mint on card Yodas in my collection. Maybe one day I'll add another one, maybe when prices are a little bit lower. If you liked this video, be sure to like and subscribe for future content. Thank you again for watching, and I'll be back soon.